Good morning. It is 10:54 Tuesday. Jesus, whereabouts are we? 21st of May. It's been a while since I've done a video. I want to do a video today about some news that I saw come out of the dtube forum this weekend. I watched a little bit of the video. It broke up a little bit of times. I think I had the problems with the Wi-Fi there. But Hyman Danger, I can't remember how you pronounce his name. He's the main developer lead on dtube, has been since the start, and he was doing a presentation to the room on his new version of dtube. So I wanted to quickly go over it a little bit because there's some interesting new developments in this new version which maybe have set some alarm bells ringing for people, especially people who went through the whole like DLive thing, and just like why is this happening, and is it going to go the same way as DLive, and does dtube hate the blockchain, Steam blockchain now? All of those things I don't think are necessarily true. I just think it's an interesting switch, and also I don't think this is going to just be the new version. I think they're going to be run in parallel, so I don't think we're migrating from old dtube to new dtube. But if you want to have a quick look at the interface, if you go to new.d.tube, you'll see the layout, and you'll see something different straight away underneath the videos. Is that you'll see it has these things called DTC. So from what I could work out from the presentation, it looks like he's created his own blockchain, his own version of a blockchain, removing some of those features that frustrated people from the Steam blockchain. Now, the alarm bells will probably kick off there for a lot of people, because that's kind of what happened with DLive. They used Steam, and then they said they were moving away because they wanted to use a faster blockchain, yada yada yada. Steam was just a test. They used all the kind of delegation and everything to build up the product, and then they kind of felt like they screwed the community by just disappearing it and using another blockchain. But you know, in the world of business, which they were chasing after investors, they would just put that in inverted commas and brackets. That's just business. So why do I feel that this is not just going to happen the same way, or why do I have a different feeling about it? Well, first of all, the original dtube, as far as I can tell, is not going away, so that's just going to be supported on Steam. I think it's really, really smart that the main dev is kind of spreading out a little bit. He's built his own blockchain. You can log into this new dtube using your Steam account or the new dtube account, so there's a whole like setup there to be able to use the dtube new blockchain, which I presume is why you can be paid out in these things called DTCs. Now, before you panic and say, oh no, they're just leaving, they're just getting out of here, they've had enough of Steam, yada yada yada, I think this is just smart in terms of building a video platform. What do you want it to be? What are the issues that you found with building on top of this blockchain in the last year or two, and how do you kind of help both camps? It's obviously that is a true Steamium. He wants to stay on Steam. He wants to stay on the Steam blockchain. But they've done a similar thing, I think, to the way that Steam Monsters work. They've just diversified their portfolio a little bit. They're supporting Tron as well as Steam, which makes sense. If one falls over, then they've got another one to rely on. Like, that's just like life, you know. Like, things evolve. Bikes, cars, airplanes, same ballpark for me. So the other big change for this, and this is really, really interesting, is if you go to the upload panel on the new version, you can log in obviously with your Steam or dtube. I'm not going to click on the dtube tab because it gives you my private key and public key, and I haven't worked out how to use that yet. All right, I cut that bit out there just because it's easy for me to log in. You can see I've got my login at the top here, voting, log out, and channel. But you'll see a massive difference is once you click on the upload icon, now we get a completely different upload requester. It used to be that you just uploaded your image and your picture, went through this whole stage of setting up a variety of different things like low quality version, etc. Now you can share a YouTube, Vimeo, Dailymotion, LiveLeak, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch link, which then puts a piece of content hosted elsewhere onto dtube. Now this now feels like share to Steam. The way that share to Steam works is that you can share something on YouTube, which will then get cross-posted to your Steam blog. Well, that's what this does as well. So it means that I can host my YouTube video, just concentrate on YouTube, put my video on there, knowing that I don't have to worry about IPFS storage, and it will also post on dtube. I can earn their currency, their new blockchain currency on here, which is the DTC, and it will also post to Steam. Now, how do we feel about that? I don't know how we feel about that. It's certainly, I presume at some point they're going to bring over the IPFS hosting as well. But for right now, the idea of curating lots of content that are on different places on the web make a lot of sense to me. I like the idea of being able to stream on Twitch and then link back my video on demand through this new dtube that cross posts onto Steam. And the good thing about that as well is that they don't have any hosting worries, because it's just using the embed from the original place that your video is hosted on. So it's kind of like a curated front end of video, but also on the Steam blockchain. Now, I don't know if they're going to run them in parallel, then shut one down. I don't know the ramifications and what the DTC will be. There is some interesting elements in here as well, which I do want to find out a little bit more about, because obviously if you're moving away, not necessarily moving away from the Steam blockchain, but if you're creating a second blockchain and it's a self-governed platform in its own right, there's a section here where it says leaders, where there's these witnesses producing new blocks and securing infrastructure, and there's 7 set up at the minute. dtube, London, Los Angeles, Sao Paulo, Singapore, Tokyo, Zurich. Now, I'm not sure if they are in those locations, but I kind of understand where this is going to. It's trying to be this self-governed platform, decentralized in nature. And if you think of it like Steam with the witnesses, imagine having 100 or 500 or 1,000 witness servers around the world which have a copy of the blockchain running for dtube. So kind of interesting to have these running at the same time. But I really don't feel like this is going to be another DLive. DLive completely just went away. They swapped out the Steam blockchain to Lino, and that was it. They just, went after like PewDiePie and spent a bunch of money, and I don't know how effective that has been in terms of traffic and bringing people into their site, but it kind of was a sore talking point on the Steam platform. I don't feel like that's going to be this, because I truly feel like the original dtube members and the dtube team are dedicated to the Steam blockchain. So it will just be really interesting to see how this pans out in the future. And I'm definitely interested, because of Myra launching, of running a witness to be able to build a custom front end to the Steam blockchain, and then in some way incorporating running a witness for dtube as well. I think this could be really interesting to bond those two together on a front end. So a decentralized, self-governed platform like dtube as almost like a sidebar on the front of a condenser. That's it really for me today. I just wanted to give you a heads up about it. Have you seen it? Have you played with it? Do you have any thoughts about it? Are you going to use it? Does it feel a bit weird because you can't upload in the same way? Do you feel like the payouts are going to be different? I'm interested to get your feedback. It's unfortunate that the Wi-Fi fell over this weekend at the event, but because I would like to know more about it and what his big vision is about it. And he hasn't blog posted about it yet. So, all right, that's it for me. I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.
Drifting slowly into